As you can see, I have a ways to go in even beginning to understand what I'm doing with the lathe. So my thought is to try and do something once a week or once every other week for a very beginner learner and post it so I can keep track of my progress this year. I think last year I got a little bit frustrated when things went awry and then went back to what I was comfortable with, which was the scroll saw. So I've started to read some of the books that my dad gave me. The Craft of Wood Turning by John Sainsbury. And it made me realize how much I don't know. I really also enjoyed this Turning Wood by Richard Raffin. He has a really good starter's stance, if you will. And I want to look at this skew chisel video. So this is going to be my journey for 2020, is how to become more familiar with the lathe and actually accomplish what I want to. Come along and join me.
Stance. Stance wasn't something I even remotely thought about. I just sort of went up to the lathe and started working. And I realized that I needed to not be so stiff and not hold my arms out. So I have to remember to keep my feet shoulder width apart and really tuck my arms in. I wasn't sure if this was really going to make a difference or not, so I thought I would test it out. I also noticed that some people were holding their tools a lot differently, like this or like this, so I'm not sure about that, so I'll need to research that a little bit. I was trying to pay attention to what I was doing when I was standing with the lathe. Say hello to my cat. This will be a theme this year, I'm guessing. So here I'm just standing as I normally do, arms out, feet close together, gripping the tool for dear life. And I noticed it makes a difference. It doesn't do exactly the kind of clean shavings that you want when working on the lathe. So I switched. I put my feet shoulder width apart, didn't grip the tool so tightly, and got some nice shavings. So stance really does make a difference. Here I decided I would switch back and forth to just double check, to really understand stance and what it needs to be. So when my thumb is on top, that's when I'm standing shoulder width apart and not gripping the tool so tightly. When you see my pinky, I'm standing with my feet close together, arms out, and I get bigger shavings here, but I notice that I tend to get more scratches and gouges. So I'm really going to try and make an effort in my future pieces to pay attention to my stance, because it does help.